Let's take up at question 13 where we left off on the last video. Again, we're going to need to do the sum or difference formula. This one's going to end up being the sine of pi over 3 plus pi over 4. The last one we did the difference of those two. This time we're doing the sum. When I plug that in, I'm going to get sine of pi over 3 times the cosine of pi over 4. Since it's the sine rule, it stays same sign. Cosine pi over 3, sine pi over 4. And then let's plug in some values. The sine of pi over 3 is the square root of 3 over 2. The cosine of pi over 4 is the square root of 2 over 2. The cosine pi over 3 is a half. The sine of pi over 4 is the square root of 2 over 2. Multiplying, I get the square root of 6 over 4 and the square root of 2 over 4. And rewrite that as a common denominator. I get that. Let's move on to 14. We have the sum of two angles equals to this because we don't have a 5 pi over 12. So let's use some angles that we do know. Let's use tangent of pi over 4 plus pi over 6. Common denominator would be 12. That would make that 3 twelfths, and 2 twelfths makes 5 twelfths. And now let's substitute that into our tangent sum formula, which tells me I have the tangent of pi over 4 plus the tangent of pi over 6. All of that is divided by 1 minus the tangent of pi over 4 times the tangent of pi over 6. Let's find some values for each of those. Tangent of pi over 4 is 1, plus the tangent of pi over 6 is the square root of 3 over 3, divided by 1 minus, I get 1 times square root of 3 over 3. Simplifying, I'm going to do the make 1 into 3/3 there, make 1 into 3/3 there, so I get 3 plus the square root of 3 all over 3 divided by 3 minus the square root of 3 all over 3. And then simplifying, I'm going to have 3 plus the square root of 3 over 3 times the reciprocal, which would give me 3 over 3 minus the square root of 3. Simplify, simplify. And I'm left with 3 plus the square root of 3 over 3 minus the square root of 3. And let's do some rationalizing there. Multiply the top and bottom by 3 plus the square root of 3, 3 plus the square root of 3. And on top I get 9 plus 3 root 3 plus 3 root 3 plus 3 all over 9 minus 3. Doing some simplifying here, the 3 and the 9 makes 12. 3 root 3, 3 root 3 gives me 6 root 3 all over 6. Simplifying, I get 2 plus the square root of 3. Let's move on to number 15, which is on page 4. And it looks like I'm going to use the sum to product rule. And if I look at that, there's one with a minus in there, and I'm going to substitute into that one. It says negative 2 times the sine of 465 plus 15 divided by 2 times the sine of 465 minus 15 all divided by 2. Let's do some simplifying before I substitute in. I get 480 divided by 2 gives me 240 times the sine of 450 divided by 2 is 225. Now when I go to find my sine of 240, it says negative square root of 3 over 2. And the sine of 225 gives me negative square root of 2 over 2. Simplifying, times 2 divided by 2 go away. 3 negatives makes my answer negative. I get negative square root of 6 over 2. Question number 16. Again, I'm using the product to sum rules. Find them. It says 1/2 of the quantity cosine 75 minus 15 plus cosine 75 plus 15. So I get 1/2 of the cosine of 60 plus the cosine of 90. And I know that the cosine of 60 is 1/2, and the cosine of 90 is 0. So 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4. Let's take a look at number 17. If I look on my sum to difference rules, this looks like the right side of a cosine expansion. So I'm going to rewrite this as cosine of 27 plus 33, which gives me cosine of 60, and I know that's 1/2. Number 18, again, this one looks like a expansion for the sine cosine, and it's the same sign, so we're going to be doing a minus. So it's sine of 95 minus 50, which gives me the sine of 45, which we all know is square root of 2 over 2. Number 19, we don't have a 22.5 degree angle, but I know that I have a half angle formula, so I'm going to rewrite that as 45 divided by 2, which is the same as 22.5. So if I want to use that half angle formula, I'm going to plug it in, and it says that that is equal to plus or minus 1 minus the cosine of 45, all divided by 2. And the cosine of 45 is the square root of 2 over 2, all divided by 2. I'm going to skip the minus sign this time. We know the sign is positive in the first quadrant, so I'm going to drop the negative here because we know that it's going to be positive. And I'm going to write 1 as 2 over 2 so I can do my common denominator. So I'm going to have 2 minus the square root of 2 divided by 2, all divided by 2. Instead of writing it that way, I'm going to rewrite that as 2 minus the square root of 2 divided by 4. And getting rid of that square root of 4 in the bottom, I get 2 minus the square root of 2. And then the square root of 4 is 2, so that's outside the radical. So there's your number 19, the sine of 22.5 degrees. And the last one we're going to do, if I look at my sum and difference formulas, the tangent one, it looks just like this. So I'm going to substitute on the other side. I know that this is going to be, since this is a minus, that this is going to be a minus, because the top is the same sign as the bottom. Bottom is the opposite. So I get 135 minus 15. Simplify, I get the tangent of 120. Go to 120. Again, I need to write it as sine of 120 over the cosine 120, so, because we don't have that on our table. And I get the square root of 3 over 2 divided by a negative half, which gives me the square root of 3 over 2 times negative 2 over 1. And I get the negative square root of 3 for that one. Good luck on your test.